Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. The Doctor Who Christmas special was secretly a soft reboot for the show ahead of season 14. The Doctor Who Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road, wasn't just Ncuti Gatwa's full debut as the 15th Doctor, but it also quietly rebooted the show. Doctor Who's longevity means it has been through several eras, with breaks varying in length. When it returned in 2005 with Rose, the show had been off the air for 16 years, with only Paul McGann's 1996 Doctor Who TV movie to break up the franchise's dry spell. When the BBC resurrected Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston, several key hallmarks separated the show from its classic era. Gatwa's first Doctor Who episode shared a number of signifiers that also marked Eccleston's debut. Russell T. Davies was the man responsible for bringing back Doctor Who in 2005. Although the show had a new feel when it returned, the canon of the original run remained relevant. Now that Davies has returned as the showrunner for Doctor Who Season 14, he seems to be applying the same techniques he used the first time around. As with the 2005 revival, the 2023 Christmas special isn't a hard reset of the Doctor Who universe but marks the presence of a jumping-on point for new or returning fans. As a result, the 9th and 15th Doctors have very similar starting points. The parallels between Rose and The Church on Ruby Road begin with each Doctor's respective companion. Both characters are 19 years old during their debut appearances, giving them a similar level of life experience and view of the world. The age of Billie Piper's Rose Tyler and Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday isn't the only thing the two women share. Aside from both having blonde hair, each companion has a first name that begins with the same letter, and both names refer to colors. Not only that, but the color that's implied by the name of both Rose and Ruby is red. If their names, ages, and hair colors aren't enough to make it seem like Rose and Ruby are cut from the same cloth, neither character has a father figure in their lives. However, their reasons for this do differ. Rose's father in the main Doctor Who universe died when she was young, only being shown in the past and in a parallel world. Ruby has been raised by her adoptive mother, unaware of the identity of her biological parents, a facet of Ruby's backstory that may be explored further during her time on the show. Although certain Doctor Who companions, such as Martha Jones, do leave their families behind, many of them travel guilt-free with the Doctor. Ruby and Rose both fall into the category of choosing to go with the Time Lord rather than stay with their loved ones. In Rose's case, she leaves her mother and boyfriend in London to travel through time with the 9th Doctor. Ruby does something very similar, with the difference being that it's her adoptive mother and grandmother to whom she bids farewell. The concept of regeneration is a huge part of Doctor Who lore, and new information about the process keeps being added to the canon. While most Doctors will regenerate in the traditional way, some experience a unique form of transformation. 9 and 15 are among the group who are born from a more unconventional form of regeneration. For 9, his previous form was the War Doctor, a version of the Time Lord responsible for ending the conflict between his people and the Daleks. In a short released by the BBC prior to the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, Paul McGann's 8th Doctor is shown to have chosen the attributes of his next form as he became John Hurt's War Doctor. Regeneration is supposed to be a random process, with the Doctor not having any control over what their next body will look like or how their personality will change. So, although the 9th Doctor himself may be the result of regeneration as it's commonly understood, in Rose, he has only recently changed from his custom form. In The Church on Ruby Road, Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor has also only just experienced a new form of regeneration. Doctor Who's shocking bi-generation twist meant that the introduction of the 15th Doctor did not mean the end of David Tennant's 14th Doctor. Instead, both versions of the Time Lord continued to exist as autonomous entities. As a result, 15's origin is just as unusual as 9's. One of the main differences between the beginnings of Eccleston's and Gatwa's respective reigns as the Doctor is that the War Doctor's regeneration into 9 is never completely shown. The start of the process is implied during The Day of the Doctor, but Eccleston's lack of involvement in the Doctor Who 50th anniversary celebrations meant that he wasn't available to document the on-screen transition between John Hurt and himself. Gatwa's emergence during his bi-generation scene with David Tennant is available for all to see. It's not uncommon for a Doctor to start in their new body without a companion, but it's not often that they also have to adapt so soon after such life-changing events. Both Rose and The Church on Ruby Road feature a version of the Doctor who is quietly processing recent trauma. For the Ninth Doctor, he believes he's just been responsible for the slaughter of not only the Daleks but also the rest of the Time Lords. Despite being in the form of the War Doctor during the horrific act, the mental wound is likely still fresh during the early episodes of the 2005 Doctor Who revival. Similarly, 15 is still processing the events of what happened during his recent regenerations. Before his brief stint as the 14th Doctor, the 13th version saw half of the universe being destroyed due to the flux. In addition, the Doctor's entire identity and backstory were revealed to have been altered in Season 12, Episode 10, The Timeless Children. Although the Doctor's conversation with the Toymaker in the Doctor Who's 60th anniversary specials revealed the villain was responsible for changing the Time Lord's past, those events have only just happened from 15's perspective. As a result, he's likely in a similar psychological state as 9 was during his first Doctor Who appearance. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.